Hello guys, this is Flag coming at you from the sub-basement of HelixxVR headquarters, and today I'll be reviewing a brand new title by the developer Survios. You know those guys who brought you raw data back in 2016? Well, they've done it again, but in a completely different fashion with their brand spanking new VR game, Sprint Vector. Sprint Vector is an extremely physical VR sports title where you are competing against up to 8 other contestants in an arm-swinging parkour vector skate race across several interdimensional courses in the hopes of achieving victory in the most extreme and popular game show in the universe, the Championship Intergalactica. Hosted by the well-dressed psychotic robot with a television for a head, Mr. Entertainment. Sprint Vector is a VR-only title that supports both the HTC Vive and the Oculus Rift, with full touch controller support allowing for seated, standing, and full room-scale gameplay. This title can also be played alone or with bots in single-player against others or in multiplayer. In Sprint Vector, you are greeted with a bright, colorful cyberpunk atmosphere and a very intuitive UI where you can choose a variety of characters along with several variations of each. The objective of the game is quite simple. However, achieving victory is not. Basically, you start at the beginning of a course and skate your way to the finish line. Along your way, you will have to jump, dodge, duck, fly, fling, climb, and shoot your way across the map, picking up power-ups and avoiding obstacles, both environmental and opponent-made. There is a variety of power-ups along the way, which include buffs like Nitro, which allow you to move at hyperspeed, passing anything and everything in your path, while others are projectile-based weapons for slowing down your enemy by shooting them with missiles, electricity, and even laying different types of mines along the way. This works in a way very similar in concept to Super Mario Kart. In order to achieve success in any of these races, you are required to employ a downward arm swinging action combined with a well-timed trigger press to propel yourself forward. You do this in an alternating skiing fashion, which is somewhat different to the arm swing locomotion we find in other VR titles. At first, this action along with jumping and drifting feel very awkward, but as you spend time playing, you may become adjusted to this control scheme. But for me, the controls are not very intuitive. Due to the location of the trackpad's alignment to the trigger on the Vive controller, my finger and thumb don't set in a way that I can articulate them in the time needed to transition from running to drifting or jumping for that matter. I would much rather Survios add custom input configurations within the options panel to allow those of us who have larger hands or those of you who may have smaller hands to set the button configuration that suits their individual preference. In some situations, I can make the transition of my grip work, but in most cases, I'm fumbling around, twisting the controllers in my hands, costing myself precious time while losing positions in the race. With that said, the locomotion is extremely smooth and comfortable even at high speeds while jumping, turning, and ducking, that I've really felt no discomfort during or after gameplay. As far as bugs are concerned, I have found none in the 100 minutes I've played the game. I only take issue with the tutorial. Not that there's anything wrong with its instruction, it's actually done in a very easy to understand method. The problem I have is with the fact that they don't inform you from the very beginning that you should complete all the tutorials before even attempting your first race. Alright, the confusion comes by the way the tutorials are split up and titled, making you think that you only need to do the first one in order to understand the mechanics needed for the first few races. This leaves you with less than 1/10 of the knowledge you need to even position yourself above 6th place in the first race, since you have no understanding of anything outside basic running. I hope that the devs decide to either combine all the tutorials into one or let the player know from the start that they should do all the tutorials before competing. I personally suggest every one of you who wants to play Sprint Vector start off with all the tutorials and learn all the mechanics of the game right from the beginning. I also suggest that you take advantage of the power-up training course where you can get some practice in and not only, practice with the power-ups, but with drifting and movement in general. As far as graphics are concerned, this title's stylized, cel-shaded environments and characters are top-notch. Sprint Vector's looks, sounds, music, and voice acting reek of a AAA title. The aesthetics of this game bring me back to the memories of Super Smash TV blended with rock and roll racing on the Super Nintendo. Sprint Vector is currently available on Steam for the sale price of roughly $24, €22, or £18, with a base price set at about 20% above that. There is also a deluxe edition which includes the Sprint Vector OST, which includes 43 songs. This soundtrack can be purchased together with the game in a discounted bundle or separately for about the price of your average CD. In my opinion, the quality of this product, along with the amount of content included, easily makes it worth the asking price. In conclusion, though I take issue with the current control scheme and was left quite sticky with sweat after each session I played, I absolutely recommend Sprint Vector. It's an extremely fun game along with being quite the cardio workout regimen. If you aren't soaked in sweat with shaky arms, well, you're not doing it right. If you're looking for a competitive single-player or multiplayer VR title that gets you moving and in shape that is also fun, I suggest you give Sprint Vector a look. If you found this title interesting and want to check it out further, I provided a link to it in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you didn't, well, hit that other button. If you want to see more videos like this, please support us here at HelixxVR and press that subscribe button. It won't cost you a thing and the videos are free too. Don't forget to check out our other great videos on YouTube at HelixxVR, which is the channel you're on right now. The other guys work hard to create some really great content, live feeds, and giveaways on a daily basis. For more stuff HelixxVR, check the description below. Until next time, guys, this is Flag, heading back to the basement. See ya.
Mr.